Hi, everyone. Today I'd like to talk about a book that has pretty much been kind of like um, my Bible almost for the past probably 30 years. Almost, anyway. At least past 25 years. I've been using this thing a lot. I mean, it's gotten me through so much. As a lot of people know, I was molested when I was a kid from the age of, I think it was 10 or 12, somewhere right in there between 10 and 12, to up until I was 17, um, by an uncle. And um, I don't remember everything from it, especially from the beginning. It was really kind of fuzzy. That's why I don't remember exactly when it started. Um, but I have a roundabout time. Still trying to piece that together, but I know it definitely happened. Um, but the book that I want to talk about is called The Courage to Heal. Yeah, and everything's backwards. I'm sorry, I don't know how to change that. It's a guide for women survivors of child sexual abuse, and it's by Ellen Bass and Laura Davis. And it basically is kind of almost like a workbook, and they actually have a workbook also that goes along with this. It's yellow and green, if I remember correctly, on the cover, and it is fantastic. Also, um, I didn't get it, but I borrowed it from somebody one time. I think one of my therapists had it, and I was doing some of the questions in it one time, and it was just awesome. So this is definitely a book I would suggest people get if you're struggling with dealing with molestation or some sort of childhood sexual abuse. Here's some of the chapters in it. Like you have part one, which is taking stock, which is going through the effects and recognizing the damage. Coping, honoring what you did to survive, because that's very, very important. Um, Part two has the healing process. It's you go through an overview, the decision to heal, the emergency stage, remembering that's a hard one. Believing that it happened, breaking the silence, which is like telling people that it happened. Um, Understanding that it wasn't your fault. That's also a hard one for a lot of people. The child within, because you've got to deal with that. Trusting yourself, grieving and mourning, anger, disclosures and confrontations, forgiveness. Do you forgive or don't you? That is a very personal question, and there is no right answer. There's just what you feel you can do. Spirituality, resolution and moving on. Then there's changing patterns, which is part three. It goes through the process of change, self esteem and personal power, feelings, intimacy, sex. You all know that's an important one. That's a very difficult thing to do whenever you've been sexually molested, abused, either as a child or as an adult. Um, what to do when you have children, as a parent. How do you deal with that? Families of origin. Oh God, what do you do about your family? How do you talk to them? All that kind of stuff. And how do you get counseling? What do you do at counseling? Then there's part 4 for supporters of survivors, which is a phenomenal part. I mean, any friends, family, whatever. It goes through the basics, it goes through the family members, it goes through the partners. So, whatever you are to a survivor, you can get help. You can help them. Then it has a section on courageous women, which is part 5, and it has just all these different. God, it looks like almost 15, 20 names of people, of ladies that um, gave their stories on being survivors of this. That were molested and abused as a kid. Then there's part 6, honoring the truths, a response to the backlash. Because there is going to be backlash. There's going to be people that don't believe you. There's going to be a lot you need to worry about. What do we do when we don't know about memory? Yeah. Personal strategies for dealing with the backlash. Who supports the backlash? The truth about the backlash. Yeah, there's just a lot of different things, and throughout the whole book, it goes through and gives you little stories on women that have dealt with this and their story. And it helps. It helps you realize that you're not alone. You're not alone. You haven't gone through this alone. And unfortunately, there's going to be others that go through it. We weren't the first, and we're not going to be the last. Not until we start talking to our sons and our daughters about not being abusive people. Because it's not only men that molest and rape, it's also women that molest and rape. And it's not only females that are survivors or victims, it's also men that are. You've got to realize that. You've got to remember that. We can't place all the fingers at the male gender because it's not. You know, they aren't the only ones that do these dastardly deeds. Um, you know, it's really rough. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that just need help. And there's so much information out there that you guys can get at the library. If you just sign up for a library card, they're free. It's usually free to take out a book or even just go and sit in the library and read a book. You can do that too. Without having a library card, you can usually just go in and sit and read a book. That's what I love about libraries. I hope they never go out of style. Well, this is a pretty long video already. We're up to 9 minutes. So, all right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.